Hey everybody, it is Melanie Mitro, and I am so excited that you are listening to this video right now because it means that you are interested in what I do as a health and fitness coach. And so over the next couple of videos, I'm really gonna walk you through everything you need to know to make an informed decision about being a health and fitness coach with Team Beachbody. So a little bit about me to get started. I am a mom of two little boys. I have an 8 and a 10-year-old, Landon and Bryce. We live in a small town called Mars here in Western Pennsylvania. I am married to my husband, whom I bought for $6 at a bachelor auction my junior year of college. I was in a sorority, and my sorority was hosting a fundraiser, and we were doing a bachelor auction, and Matt was one of the bachelors that they were auctioning off. And so I thought he was kind of cute, and I had never seen him on campus before. And so my friends were holding my hand up in the air to get me to bid on him because I was too shy to do it on my own. And our first date was on Valentine's Day, and we are getting ready to celebrate our 12th year of marriage on May 27th. Of 2011. So just in a few days from the time I'm making this video right now. My entire vision for my life circled around finding my Prince Charming, getting married, having babies, and being a stay-at-home mom. Truthfully, the only reason I went to college was because I wanted to be able to support myself in case something happened to my husband or I never got married. And so I got my undergrad in psychology, I got a master's degree in special education, and I was working for our county. I was working for a company that did early intervention services for kids that were birth to 3 that had developmental delays. And I was the director of that program. And after we had our youngest, Bryce, Matt and I had planned for me to leave my job. And so I became a stay-at-home mom in February of 2011. And very shortly into my stay-at-home mom life, I realized that my fantasy of what stay-at-home mom life really looked like and reality, it's sort of like, have any of you ever done like the Pinterest thing, like recipes where you try to make these Pinterest recipes and your Pinterest picture looks nothing like the actual, and you are just like totally blown away by how these bakers and bloggers make these beautiful creations? I felt like that about mom life. I was like, I don't get what people say, right? It is chaotic, it is crazy. I have puke on me all the time. I'm getting pooped on. My house is a mess. There's always laundry to be done. And I miss that adult interaction, that corporate world where I felt like I was contributing. And then to add to that, not only were we living pretty much paycheck to paycheck because we had gone to one income, but I was not happy with my body. I was struggling big time to get the pregnancy weight off. It was 5 months postpartum. Summer was coming. I couldn't fit into any of my bathing suits, any of my shorts. All of my tank tops had magically shrunk and were way too short. And I found myself sitting on the edge of my bed just sobbing because I couldn't stand the skin that I was in and I needed to make a change. And I made this Facebook post about eating celery and trying to lose weight. And that was how my coach found me. We were friends on Facebook. Our husbands had gone to high school together. And so she sent me a message saying, I saw your post. I'm a health and fitness coach, and I'd like to invite you to join an accountability group. And so before I responded, I did probably what most of you have done, even to me, is I went and I scrolled through her Facebook, and she had her physical transformation posted. And her before photo was exactly the way my body looked at that moment. And then her after photo, her eyes were sparkling. I could see confidence. She was bright. She looked great. I just really related to that physical transformation. And for me, that was all that it took. So I joined her virtual accountability group. I had never heard of Beachbody before, had never done an at-home fitness program. but I borrowed insanity from a neighbor down the street. And every afternoon, I would put both boys down for a nap, and I would take our baby monitor down to our storage room in the basement, and I would press play on my workout. And I not only, realized how out of shape I was, but I fell in love with the community. I don't love to go to the gym and work out. I love being at home. I'm an introverted person. And I loved that I also had a place that I could just interact with other like-minded women. And I found myself going into our closed Facebook group where our challenge group was at, and I would read the posts, and I would get their meal plans, and I would, make the recipes they were sharing. And, I would wake up in the morning, and at that time I worked out in the afternoon. I wasn't an early morning workout person, but it would motivate me to see everybody sharing that they did their workout for the day. And then there were also people that were further along in the journey that I was, and they were sharing their progress updates as they were reaching their health and fitness goals. And it motivated me because I would say to myself, well, if they can do it, so can I. And it made me push harder in my workouts. This is where I learned how to change my nutritional habits. I went from a really unhealthy view of food. I went from eating Smart Ones and Diet Pepsi and binge eating on ice cream and cookies and cakes to, having this clean eating lifestyle that revolved around eating good quality foods and small meals frequently throughout the day. And this is what changed my life. And when somebody would ask me how I was losing the weight, I was verbally vomiting all over them about what I was doing and how much I loved it. And I wasn't even a coach at that time. I was just a customer, but I loved it. It was changing my life. I was a natural advocate for it. And so my coach saw that excitement. She saw that spark in me. And so she asked me at least 6 or 7 times if I was interested in becoming a coach. She said, Melanie, you're already doing what a coach does. You love health and fitness. You're changing your life. You have a great transformation. You're encouraging other women in the group. You could get paid to have your own customers, and I could teach you how to run a challenge group just the way that I am doing. And so I thought about it. And at first I was like, no, that's not for me. But the longer I thought about it, the more I began to imagine the possibilities. I began to say to myself, well, what if I could earn an extra $100 a month? What if I could transform somebody's life the way that I had been transformed? I know what a big impact it had on me, so I could teach people what's working for me. And so in July of 2011, I signed up to become a Beachbody coach. And at that point in time, I used my personal Facebook page. I started a blog because I wanted to journal my journey every week. I wanted to give people all my favorite recipes. I wanted to teach people how to meal plan. I wanted to talk about the lifestyle and the mindset that goes along with making a transformation actually come to fruition. And I got to work, and I did build my business in these pockets of time because I had 2 small children. We didn't have a babysitter. My husband worked all day. So I would get up in the morning, or I would work while they took a nap, or in the evenings or on the weekends. And I built my business, while raising my babies from the kitchen table or anywhere that I had access to Wi-Fi. And I get no greater satisfaction out of seeing somebody succeed and overcome obstacles and reach their goals and live their best life. Coaching started out as a little side hobby, is what I used to call it. It was my hobby. But as I saw people achieving success, and I saw people having freedom and buying their dream home and earning these trips, I started to say, why not me? How awesome would that be if I could create more freedom and more financial stability? And if we could move out of this tiny little townhouse and buy a house. And, I really allowed myself to dream big, and I started to just raise the bar for myself as I got comfortable with the business building basics. And my business went from, just me, myself, and I, to a small group of my very first customers, to, having a handful of customers, to now starting to bring on people onto my team that I could mentor and teach them how to do exactly what I was doing. And I love it. I have this teacher heart. And for me, it allowed us to pay for our Christmas presents, to eventually earn the first Success Club trip, within that first year. We took our family to Disney. We paid off our student loans. I achieved the top 10 in the company. My husband was able to leave his full-time job. We've bought our dream home, but we are present with our boys and we don't argue about money anymore. And this business, as crazy as it sounds, virtual business coaching has changed my life. And I am forever grateful that we are living our healthiest life and we're helping other people to do the same thing. And the company has great products and programs that I 100% stand behind. And I feel like that's really important when you're deciding what business opportunity to join, is something that you feel aligns with your personal core values. And Beachbody does that for me. So you're here today and you're listening to this, and over the next couple of videos, I am gonna share with you lots of other, I know you've got questions, I know you've got concerns, so please dive in, listen to the videos, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I wanna hear your heart. I wanna hear, what you're thinking about, and if this is a good fit for you, you can send me an email, you can respond to this blog post, you can email me at mjmitro@gmail.com, and I will help you to get started on your journey, and you can be a part of an amazing, incredible, and caring community of people that want to help you succeed. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning into the first video. Make sure you go watch the next one next.